XRacing Sport Channel and Happy New Year! After our first video, you should understand what the XRacing Sport Channel is. And thank you for your support. If you didn't subscribe our channel, do it right now. Subscribe our channel on YouTube. And don't forget to click the bell on so that you won't miss our newest video. Also, you can follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Well, this is our first video in 2021, so let's have a review of 2020. Of course, that was not a perfect and beautiful year. Many industry has been destroyed because COVID-19, especially motorsport industry. Many of the race event has been cancelled because COVID-19. And even if restart the season, you need to follow strict epidemic prevention policy. But in 2020, there was a lot of big news for fans. And also there will be a lot of change and more exciting race in 2021. Speaking of Formula One, F1 2020 originally expect to start the first race in Australia. And once the team and members arrive and prepare for it, but the FIA officially announced to cancel it due to the COVID-19 epidemic. And later, due to epidemic is out of control around the world, the start date was repeatedly postponed until the epidemic is eased in summer, and the FIA quickly announced it will start race in Austria, and it will be a Grand Prix without any spectator. And after F1 start their first race, the FIA also coordinate with the European governments, and they also announced there will be 17 races will be complete in half year. And of course, that will be a huge challenge for every team. In the beginning of two Grand Prix, Mercedes-Benz has won the victory with huge advantage without any resistance. And yes, people start talking the DAS system again. And the DAS system, people start talking and protesting before the start of the season. That's also everyone's concern why the other drivers can reach the speed same as Mercedes-Benz. But according to Mercedes-Benz, they start developing this project more than 1 year ago, and when they develop this system, they have a lot of conversation with FIA steward, and obviously they have found a great area in the regulations, and that's why this system still can be used on the track with so many teams protest. But however, the FIA emphasized that after a regulation reversion in the end of this year, in 2021, DAS system will no longer be used in the new seasons. But personally, I think DAS system is positive for F1. People want to see more creativity and breakthrough or more new design in the F1 in the future. The F1 of this season, due to COVID-19, caused some old track bring back to F1 calendar, like Mugello, Newbury, Portugal, and others. And of course, we are also feel so sorry and disappointed we couldn't see the first show of Vienna and New Zealand. Mercedes-Benz has shown amazing speed and powerful team performance in entire season. On the other hand, Ferrari is struggle on the development of vehicle, and also the team performance couldn't compare as the champion team. Although Red Bull Racing performed very well in this season, but it's always impossible to overtake powerful Mercedes-Benz. Another thing worth paying attention to is the competitor in the middle range, the performance of teams from McLaren, Racing Point, AlphaTauri. They also did a great job in this season, and the rookies in those teams also made a lot of amazing races in 2020. The shocking news of this season is Honda's announcement. They will quit Formula One after the end of 2021. There's no doubt is a huge punch to F1. Undeniable due to more and more electric energy bring in the future. And many automobile manufacturers, they will rather invest more resources in electric industry. And in the future of F1, whether they will bring electric power in or they will continue use fuel fuel vehicle in the future, is worth our follow-up. And the drivers, there's no one can stop Hamilton to win his 92nd Grand Prix. Not only break Schumacher's record and also setting a new record there. In Turkish Grand Prix, Hamilton also tied Schumacher's 7 times World Championships record. There's no doubt, next season, with no major change in regulations, and everything will focus on their development on huge regulation revisions in 2022. So we can expect Mercedes will continue leading in next season and maintain their amazing speed. In the end of the season, at Bahrain Grand Prix, Romain Grosjean suffered a serious car accident. His car started burning after he crashed, but Romain Grosjean escaped from the car and only suffered hand burns. The safety of F1 cars has also been reopened for discussion. In this accident, the halo that many drivers harassed, and also, for sure, halo is the major reason why Romain Grosjean can leave the car safely. For the drivers in 2021, Mercedes-Benz already confirmed Valtteri Bottas already renewed his contract, and even Hamilton didn't sign his contract yet, but people expect he will sign his contract after all the details have been negotiated, and he will continue to stay in Mercedes-Benz, chase his new record in F1 history with the title of 8 times Drivers' World Championship. For Red Bull Racing, Max Verstappen's position cannot be shaken by his teammate Alexander Albon. Because of his unstable performance in this season, there's always a rumor he will drop from Red Bull Racing in 2021. And the Ferrari has announced in the middle of this year, the main driver Charles Leclerc will race with Carlos Sainz, who transferred from McLaren. The Racing Point, after the big boss Lawrence Stroll bought the most of the share of Aston Martin, so Aston Martin will replace Racing Point as the title of this team in 2021. The driver will be Vettel and Stroll. They will drive the car with Mercedes power unit in 2021. The Haas Racing just confirmed that Mick Schumacher will drive for Haas, and Mick Schumacher just won the Drivers' World Championship in Formula 2 this year, and his teammate will be Mazepin. Although Mazepin just suffered a social media problem a few weeks ago, but until today we didn't get any leak news that Haas will cancel his position. So looks like Daddy's power is the most important for Haas Racing next year. The McLaren did a great job with Lando Norris. He performed very well this year, and also Daniel Ricciardo will join McLaren, and he also had an unforgettable year. Moreover, McLaren will install Mercedes-Benz power unit next year. This combination had achieved a lot of accomplishment from 1990 to 2000. The Renault in 2021, it has found 2 times world champion Fernando Alonso back, and he just left Formula 1 for 2 years. His teammate will be Ocon, and it's worth to be waiting and see whether Alonso can maintain his performance as usual and bring this French team to standing on the podium again. The Alfa Romeo maintained the combination of Iceman Kimi Räikkönen and Gino Vinazzi. Pierre Gasly will continue driving AlphaTauri next year. He performed brilliantly this year, and also he won the Grand Prix in Italy. The other driver, that's no surprise, is Yuki Tsunoda, who raised by Honda. Of course, Red Bull hope that will change Honda's decision to keep this power unit remain on the F1. Finally, the Williams. After the Williams family completely quit from the team management, next year, Russell and Latifi, they are the member of Mercedes-Benz youth training team. They will compete together. The FIA originally planned to modify the regulations and execute in 2021. And the main reason why they want to change the regulation because they want to increase more downforce and also make less turbulence interference when you're overtaking a car from behind. However, the season of 2020 was affected by coronavirus and many teams' research and development work was stopped because many of factories were shut down. So, 10 of F1 team leaders and the FIA chairman Sean Todd and sport director Ross Brown, they all finally agreed to postpone the implementation of new regulation until 2022. The number of races in 2021 will up to as much as 23 races, but not including Vietnam Grand Prix. The Vietnam Grand Prix was supposed to make its first show in 2020, but because the cancellation of COVID-19 and in 2021 due to the internal problem in this country, we couldn't see the Vietnam Grand Prix be listed on the F1 calendar. But the FIA also announced there will be a new Grand Prix and in Middle East, which is Arab Grand Prix. And on the other hand, there are many promising rookies. They will start their first F1 race in 2021. They are Mick Schumacher, Mazepin, and Yuki Tsunoda. They are all outstanding drivers in Formula 2 this year. Also, we are excited to see the two-time world champion, Fernando Alonso. He is returned to Renault, and according to his result of test driving in Abu Dhabi, he's the fastest one than other young driver. His performance next year is quite worth to looking forward. Also affected by epidemic, which is MotoGP. MotoGP didn't start its first race as scheduled. Until July, the FIA announced they will restart the race. But before the season, there is a big news about Ignoni. His drug test in Malaysian Grand Prix on November 3rd last year, and they were prohibited drug, which be detected. So, in the end, he got suspension for 4 years. In the first race, Marc Marquez suffered a big crash and fractured his right arm. But miraculously, after surgery, he returned to the circuit. But after free practice, he announced he will quit from the qualifying and final race. After Spain Grand Prix, he also announced he will temporarily withdraw from this season. Without Marquez's one-man show, the season of 2020 became chaotic, and there are a lot of back-to-back intensive schedule. So the season of 2020, which can be said is the most unpredictable year. In this 14 race, not only did 9 champions, but also there were 15 drivers standing on the podium. Even there's a driver from satellite team leading the annual standing for more than half of the season. In the end, John Mir and Suzuki won the drivers and teams championship. This is also the team championship of Suzuki after 20 years. The evolution of KTM this year, which is perfect. Not only Espargaro ranked 5th position in the end of this year, also he made a lot of amazing races and also made a lot of cross-fighting with leading crew on the track. And the other drivers who are riding the KTM also performed very well. So people expect the next season's KTM's development. For the Yamaha factory team, of course this year is not a very good one. Not only the team and drivers significantly slower than Petronas Yamaha SRT. And for 2021, the FIA maintained 20 races. but the factory team will become younger. So what will happen next year, and we will see. The season of 2020 of WEC, because the impact of United States epidemic, WEC has cancelled the race in Sebring International Raceway, and also under a series of adjustments, the ACO also confirmed that the new season of 2021 will back to the general calendar. So the new season will start at Sebring International Raceway on March, and the final race will be held in Bahrain with a 6-hour endurance race on November 20th. So there's only 8 months, and only 6 races will be held in 2021, including Le Mans race. The reason why they're doing this because they will try to reduce the budget for each team, so that they will able to participate the new LMH class for the new season, so that they will have more time to adjust and develop. For WEC, there's one more thing I would like to mention, which is Hub Auto Racing. It's a racing team from Taiwan, and they just won the annual championship of Le Mans Asian Series in 2019. So they are qualified for Le Mans 24-hour race in French in 2020. And in the final stage of the race, and they retire because of mechanical issues. But the Hub Auto Racing still participate the total 24 hours race in Spa. And the vehicle they use, which is Ferrari 488 GT3 EVO, and also they invite the former Japanese F1 driver Kamui Kobayashi. He represented Hub Auto Racing to the race in Spa. The last one is 2020 FIA Karting World Championship. The Tony Car has won an amazing victory this year. In OK Series, the rank from 1st to 3rd, they are all from the Tony Car. But in KZ Series, the driver Luca Berry, also he is a part of Tony Car, and he crashed into a tire wall after an incident with another driver, and he was not able to return to the track. Instead, he threw his front bumper to another driver. After the race, his crew and he went through a paddock and fight with another driver. Although he had an apology statement after the race, and he was sorry about his disgusting behavior at the race. So 2021 is really worth to looking forward. And I really hope the epidemic will really come to the end in 2021. And by the way, we would like to appreciate someone, the marshals, the medical team, the organizer, the team members, and the drivers. Because of them, we can still have an amazing race in 2020. And just give you a heads up, in 2021, we would like to present to you post-race report after every Formula 1 and MotoGP race. Of course, if there's something you want to know, you want to watch, you can leave a message to us, and we will try to present to you as much as we can. So, are you ready to start a new season of 2021? Subscribe our channel and don't forget to click the bell on so that you won't miss our latest video. Also, you can follow us on Facebook and Instagram. So you can also leave a message to our social media manager. She's right behind the camera. And also, she will post the latest race information or news to you guys. So, Happy New Year, and we will see you next time.